Alright Guardians, this is our solo player's guide to the Nightfall. If you're new to the channel, we do this every single Tuesday and Wednesday with all three strikes, all three classes. This one is going to be our Pyramidion guide with a Warlock. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe now, and links to the other guides are going to be in the description box down below if you need them. As well as this week I also did a quote-unquote speed run for Tree of Probabilities, in case you're wanting to see how that can go for the Thorn quest, or the if you're trying to get the Oxygen Scout Rifle. That was also going to be linked in the description box down below, because that's actually a really easy strike to get that done with. So modifiers we're going with are Solar and Heavyweight. And then if you're going for 100,000 points, just remember this has to be up to at least 100 before it actually starts working. And then if you probably want to go match game and maybe momentum, either momentum or maybe iron. And then you want to run match game because we are going to rock borealis. If you don't have borealis, maybe switch match game for extinguish, or use hard light and then put a sniper rifle or pulse rifle, something with some range and some damage in your primary slot. But we're rocking my Duke MK44 with Outlaw, Rampage, and Minor Spec. Borealis, like I said, and then Avalanche. If you don't have Avalanche, any kind of solar weapon will do, though I really hope you have Avalanche, because that is going to be a solid option. Or maybe find a good rocket launcher, I guess. And then we're also rocking Eye of Another World. It marks priority targets and buffs ability regeneration, so that's always awesome. But I will say, if you have Phoenix Protocol, throw that on, because that's going to do you very well in this strike. And then of course we're rocking Middle Tree for the Well of Radiance. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just rock this guide. Alright, so as soon as you get to the Nightfall area, there's either going to be a Harpy or a Hobgoblin there. Go ahead and just snipe them out. And then I like to throw my grenade right at these guys. Hopefully it takes both of them out if you spaced it right. Otherwise, just finish the other one off. And we do something a little dumb here, which is fine. That's what we're all about sometimes. We just go ahead and take these guys out. And then once they're dead, I like to get the furthest away platform. And then once you do that, if you don't want to be dumb like I act right here, because I died a few times, so I'm a little like, oh, I gotta get this done. Instead of coming here, just jump all the way back up, and then that way, especially if you're going for 100,000 points, you're safe. And then you just clear the ads, and then you go down and you get the second platform. Like as you can see, I almost died, got really lucky. That Hobgoblin started missing his shots. But and then you go back down and get the second platform. First platform is going to be the two Hobgoblins that I'm shooting now, and then four elite goblins. And then the second one is going to be like two more elite goblins, I think. And then you get the big wave of a bunch of goblins and the two elites. They're either going to be elite harpies or elite minotaurs, depending on which one you want, or depending on which one you get. You either want to snipe the shields, or you can just use your power ammo, whichever you prefer. I'm just rocking power ammo because, like I said, died a couple times, wasn't too happy about it. Not even standing inside my super. Just realized that. There we go. If you have Phoenix Protocol, that's going to be awesome. You might not have your super there, so if that's the case, just go ahead and stay up top and shoot down at them. and then you can always run back and get your health. Like, that's probably the best way to do that. And then once you come around here, there's going to be some more enemies. Depending on which version you get, we just get the regular old Vex version, which I kind of prefer. It's a little bit easier. And the borealis is a little bit less necessary. But either way, just go ahead and kill these guys here. If you get the Taken version, you're also going to get some scions that spawn in. And then these guys, the next little area is going to be Taken, and you won't get you won't get the 2 hobgoblins here. You'll get Taken fighting the Vex at the bottom. So of course these guys here, instead of switching to Void to get the Borealis perk going, you'll just stick with Solar and then take them out, because the Taken Knights, there'll be 2 Taken Knights, I want to say. I think both of them are elite. And then 2 goblins, really annoying. And then the same here, you'll get 1 Taken Knight, I think it's just regular red bar health, and 2 goblins. And then here you will get these guys plus the Taken thralls, and they will be fighting each other. So you can either skip them, run past them, but if you're going for 100,000 points, obviously you want to kill everything that you can. And so you can just power ammo down if you want to, snipe them if you want to, just get them down pretty quick. And then here, if you get the Taken version, you'll just get 1 Taken phalanx. So depending on what you're doing, you might want the regular Vex version. Alright, and again, depending on which version you get, you're either going to get the Vex version, which is what we got here. You're going to want to snipe these harpies. Or if you get the Taken version, there's going to be a bunch of Taken acolytes, and I think there's a total of 3 or 4 knights. So what I would do is switch the Borealis or the Hard Light to Void and take all of those goblins out first. Maybe either use your super or use your grenade to take care of at least the first couple knights, which will be right around here as well. Otherwise, go ahead and just follow the video here. For the middle area of this room, if you get the Taken version, there's going to be a second spawn in of, there's like an elite Taken wizard, a bunch of thralls, to go ahead and take them out, and as well as some acolytes there too. So just be very careful of them. Go way back if you have to. Throw a grenade down. You should be getting your grenade pretty quickly with Eye of Another World if that's what you're rocking. But just in case. And of course, you can always come running back here and down the hall if you really get in trouble. And then so just make your way here, and then the final area of the room, if you get the depending on, I think the boss, I don't think the boss spawns in. Depends on if you get the Taken or the Vex version. I could be wrong about that. I think it's just random. Maybe. I'm probably wrong about that. It probably is boss or room related or whatever. So if you get the Taken version, you're going to get the 2 boss or mini boss Minotaurs with the bunch of goblins. What I would do there is just kind of stay back in that to the kind of towards the wall that we're looking at, and then just kind of take out all the goblins, and then either borealis or power ammo down the 2 bosses, and then we'll move on. Otherwise, just use borealis or hard light to arc and take out all these harpies. Really easy, really fast. Okay, so same thing here, either Vex or Taken. Taken 1 is a lot harder in my opinion because it's got the harder the captains, but it's not too awful bad. It's pretty much gonna be the exact same, to be honest. Just take out the harpies with Taken scions, and take out the Minotaurs and change them with the Taken captains, and then take out the Hydras with the Phalanx. I don't think that's right. Centurion. I think they're the Centurions. I think that's what those ones are called. But so pretty much what you want to do is just clear out this room. Try not to go too far into the middle, because you will get the enemies to spawn in until you got this area cleared out here. Just like that. Then we're going to hit this platform first. Be very careful. If you don't shoot anything, they won't shoot at you usually. But since I try and take this guy out, there's 2 elite. And also, don't worry about that. If you've already started to get shot at, go ahead and just make your way back to the room or to the area that we came from, and then we're going to snipe as many enemies as possible, or use our power ammo to get the mini bosses out of there, or the elites out of there. I don't think these guys are considered mini bosses. And once that's done, we're going to go ahead and clear all the rest of the ads out. And then we are going to hit that top platform. Do the same process again with clearing out the ads, clearing out the 1 Hydra this time. And then we're just going to hit the 3rd one, and nothing should spawn in. If you get the Vex version, Taken version, you're going to get some Vex spawning in. If you're going for 100,000 points, go ahead and kill them. If not, you can just jump right over them and be done with it. Alright, so here be very careful of the wires. Of course, if you get the taken version, take out the knight and the wizard first, and then deal with the rest of these guys as you can. And then again, be careful of the lasers. And if you get the taken version in the middle of these, or at the very end of these rotating lasers, there's going to be a phalanx, taken phalanx. Either shoot the explosive box next to him, or just shoot him in the head. Just be very careful. And he will spawn in if before you actually go into these. So if you feel it necessary, you can take him out before you even start running, which might actually be the best option to do. But then yeah, we'll go ahead and move on into the next section. Alright, so next area is pretty much going to be the same with the Taken and the Vex. Taken is a lot harder. It's going to take a little bit longer because of all the acolytes. Those things are kind of a pain because they are everywhere. But it should be pretty decently easy either way. I just remember Taken Knights, or no, the Centurions are in here, so arc shields for them, void shields for the acolytes if you're using borealis or hard light. That's going to make your life a lot easier in this area specifically. If you get that, if you get the Vex version, don't worry about it. It's all void shields here. And then just be very careful of these guys, as well as these two. There's going to be one on each side. As long as you have Ionic Return active with Borealis, it will take one shot, which is why you see me shoot the wanted enemy here. Pop his little void shield. And we're going to take this guy out, one shot. Bang! And then we're just going to clear the ads as we go. And just like the last room, as long as you don't go too far into the middle area, really about where that Minotaur was standing at the bottom there, that's about where you'll get another wave of enemies spawned in for the back section. So obviously if you're going for 100,000 points, you want to do this a lot faster than what I'm doing. And if you shoot that box, usually it knocks that guy down, but for whatever reason it didn't that time. So just take him out, and then hack the middle network tower, and then you'll be good to go into the back end of this, which is pretty much the same as this first part. Just stand back, snipe as much as you can, and then just if you get the Taken version, watch out for the Minotaurs because they will be invisible and they'll be doing solar damage, so keep that in mind. And if not, don't even worry about it. If you get the Vex version, just follow the rest of the video. And then once you hack the third tower, you are going to get a mini boss to spawn in. If it's the Taken version, you're going to get a Centurion again. So just stand back from him and just snipe him down, or use your power ammo. Just remember, you want to conserve some power ammo here as much as possible for the boss fight. We're going to use that almost exclusively on the boss. So really, really try hard to save as much of that as you can. But once you get the fourth one spawned in, or the fourth tower hacked, go ahead and just jump through the portal, and it's your choice whether or not you want to kill the goblins that surround the fall. If you need some ammo, whether it's power or energy, I would suggest doing it, or 100,000 points. Go ahead and kill them, and then we'll move on into the next section. Alright, so for the boss fight, save your super. I know we're using Will of Radiance. Unless you're using Lunafaction Boots and Sleeper Simulant, I would highly suggest not trying to melt the boss. Just do the damage until he starts teleporting. You can do some more damage to him, but don't get him past that first third. Trust me, you don't want him being immune and coming out of these boxes, because then you're dead and you have to start this fight all over. But what you want to do here is just clear out the adds that spawn in. And I think there's 4 goblins, 5 goblins. There we go. And then I like to just come sliding over here. And if he shoots the void fire at you, don't worry about it. Get out of it, obviously, because it will melt you pretty quick. But for the most part, you should be okay. And then we're just going to take these guys out, hopefully with some primary ammo, so you can conserve the energy weapon, or the energy bullets for the next wave. And once you got most of these guys down, what you want to do is wait for the boss to shoot the solar shot, and then run across. I probably did it a bit too slow there. Like, you want to do it immediately afterwards, and then get right behind this thing I'm standing in front of. You'll see it here in just a second. Finish off whatever goblins might be hiding there, and then just stay crouched and get just on the inside of that platform, and you should be able to get it without taking damage from the boss. Now, if you do enough damage, he is going to spawn over. Don't do any more damage to him. You don't want his head coming off or anything like that, depending on what you're using. And this is where we get the Minotaur. So the first one is going to spawn in around here. I like to stay on this platform that we just unlocked and take out as many of these guys as possible, if not all of them. But at the very least, get the Minotaur and the Elite Goblin, just like you saw me do there. And then take those guys out if you can from here. If not, try and throw a grenade. But you want to kill those guys, because the boss, if you're going for 1,000 points, will probably one-shot you if you're doing solar damage. If you want to do void damage, that's maybe better, because you can use the Skull of Dire Ahamkara, but you know, it just depends on what you want to use. And then, of course, once all of them are gone, get your health back if you get shot, and then come across here, and then we're just gonna do the slide thing here. You should be able to unlock the thing like that, unless of course he shoots the fire, then get out of it. And then we're going to do the same thing for the next platform. We're just going to throw our grenade across once those guys are spawned in, and we're going to focus on the Minotaurs. Get them gone as quickly as possible, because they will hurt you pretty bad pretty quick. Bam. And then we're just going to deal with the remaining goblins. We're going to run across the back end. We're going to use the same thing that we did before. Wait for the boss to shoot, and then go on. And then, as long as you go that way, you should be able to just get on the edge of this platform and unlock it. Once you've done that, do whatever damage you need to for him to teleport to the center. And then that's when I pop my Well of Radiance, and I would just go to town on the power ammo until he's dead. Because you want to do that before all the enemies spawn in, because if not, you're going to have a hell of a fight. It does get a lot harder. So hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, hit the like button, hit subscribe for me to the channel, and as always, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper, and have an awesome week.
It's dead. It's real dead. feel it. The light is back. We're back. Eyes up, Guardian.